That's crispy. Welcome to CF Sports. This is MLS in review for sometime in the month of the end of July and the beginning of August.
This past weekend, yeah.
Should probably have the dates. The 29th to the 5th. As I was saying, through the 29th of July and the 5th of August, this is everything that you missed and that we missed also, because I didn't watch a single game. I'm Gavin.
And I'm Derek.
And we're going to tell you about the MLS. Derek, kick it off.
All right, so for our first match, we have Minnesota United versus
Did you like my
Portland
pun? Kick it off.
Shut up.
It was actually unintentional. All right, go.
No, shut up. All right. So we have Minnesota United versus Portland Timbers. Yo, chill.
Keep going. You're fine.
So this game was a fair bit of a wash. You know, nothing really happening. The end score is 1-0 with Minnesota taking the W.
Minnesota did not deserve this game.
They did
not deserve this game one bit.
Portland looked very dominating the entirety of the match. You know, they sent off a few rockets into the post and the crossbar.
Like 3 hit the post.
Yeah. And
great saves, to be fair, to Minnesota's keeper.
And Minnesota only won by a penalty kick in the 91st minute. So take that for what you want.
Trash. Minnesota, karma's going to get you when you don't make the playoffs. We're on to DC United and the Philadelphia Union. And oh my goodness, my comment last week was Wayne Rooney's still old. My comment this week is everyone on that team looked old. The final for this one was 5-1 to Philadelphia. Started off in the 2nd minute for Bedoya with a goal. 36th minute, Fabian takes a penalty, scores it 2-0. Then we have a red card for Morano. And Morano gets sent off. That penalty was missed. It was missed. He blew it over the bar. And not the only missed penalty of this week.
Nah, there's a few.
45th minute, we had... Now, I know last week I should have been able to pronounce Lapalainen, but I didn't, so I just put it on the screen. Here we go. Editing Gavin. Insert here. I'm going to do a little hand wipe. It's going to come behind my hand. Whatever this name is.
Prisblaiko.
Take your guess. It's
probably Russian or Ukrainian.
He scores, making it 3-0 in the 45th. In the 54th, brilliant. Brings it back. He gets one. That's one for DC. And they're only one. In the 70th minute, Fabian strikes again, making it 4-1. In the 89th minute, Picault makes it 5-1 to Philly. They are on top of the East right now, and in pretty good form.
It's an absolute slaughterfest against DC United.
It literally says it on the notes. We have our notes. Absolutely.
Hopefully next week DC will do a little bit better, but who knows?
Hopefully they don't. Sorry, that was biased. I'm not allowed to be biased on the show. That's for our other show, the Atlanta United show, which comes out this week.
If Gavin ever gets around to editing it.
It's true.
For our next matchup, we have the Seattle Sounders.
Yeah, again, because I laughed right in the mic when you started it. I was like,
For our next match, we have the Seattle Sanders.
Seattle Sanders 2020.
All right, for our next lineup, we have the Seattle Sounders versus Sporting Kansas City.
Third time's a charm.
30th mark, we have a PK for Sporting Kansas City. And Gutierrez scores that 32-minute PK down the middle. The goalkeeper didn't have to move, and he would have saved it. But he dove like an idiot. He didn't save it. So good on you, Gutierrez.
Goalkeepers out there.
Insult to injury.
This is why everyone hates you. Except for my man, Matt, if you're watching. You're cool.
All right, in the 46th minute, we have Morris from the Seattle Sounders bringing one back, making it 1-2. In the 57th minute, we have Hurtado making a great run and a great goal to bring one back for the Sporting KC, make it 3-1. In the 82nd minute, we have Morris bringing one back for Seattle Sounders, making it 2-3.
Morris is a one-man team for Seattle right now. The last week, he's the one who scored the goal, a little flick over. It was phenomenal. But he's a one-man team. I mean, he was the only person that I saw that had any threat on the goal in that game. He produced and was unlucky whenever the 90th minute hit and hit the post.
He was trying to equalize the game.
Tie on the line.
But, you know, he just
wasn't him that shot. I don't even know if it was him that shot.
Yeah. For our next lineup, we have San Jose Earthquake versus the Columbus Crew. And result was 1-1, a tie, a draw, whatever you want to call it.
Yep.
In the 40th minute, we have Eriksson with a PK. It was a terrible PK call. The man, it was for a handball. The man was turning his back to the ball as it was kicked, and he was tucking his arms in. Watch the replay right here, and it hits him. I don't agree with the call. I mean,
refs always wonder why players hate them, and it's refs like a couple that we have this week, and really most MLS refs, which is why people hate refs, because refs are stupid. Even though you have so much video evidence of things happening, you still make the worst possible decisions half of the time. Refs everywhere. This one goes to you.
In the 64th minute, Zardes for the Columbus Crew brings it back to equalize the game. That's about it.
Yep. Next, we have New England Revolution and LAFC, league leaders in the West, going on against New England. So final was 2-0 to LA, as you probably could predict, like I did. 7 minutes in, Diego Rossi with a chip shot. Incredible back post over the keeper. How did he do it? Volley as well. Absolutely impeccable. Side net and everything. I mean, just masterful work. And then Blessing comes in the 71st to score the second. That's pretty much all you need to know about that game.
He did it with skill, to answer your question. It was
and
skill.
Also, Vela was just having a shooting party.
Yeah,
couldn't find the back of the net.
Yeah, Vela's really trying to take that title from Joseph right now.
Well, Joseph's creeping up on him. 18 goals this season. Then we have Colorado Rapids and Montreal Impact, and this one's going to take a minute. Final score was 6-3 for Colorado. 17th minute. Own goal by Kai Kamara. Remember that name. It's important later. Kai Kamara scores an own goal. In the 20th minute, Bush then has an own goal. Off the keeper, off his back, rolls in.
It was
game's
sad.
tied.
He tried to save it, but it's off his back.
Unlucky. Comes with the territory. VAR is used to decide a penalty for Colorado in the 31st minute. And that man, remember the name, Kai Kamara scores the PK. It's now 2-1. Remember the name, Kai Kamara. Rebounds a shot from the edge of the box. 3-1, 45th minute. Then in the 48th minute, we have Rubio, header scored, makes it 4-1. Oh my goodness, they should surely let off now. The game's all done, 4-1. Uridi comes in, 4-2 now because Montreal gets one back, but still not looking good. Helen Acosta gets a yellow card and gives him a penalty. Tider takes that one, scores it, 4-3. Then in the 89th minute, game's pretty much over, but the unstoppable. Kai Kamara. Hatrick alert, everybody. He gets up top, big time header, makes it 6-3, ends the game. Tough game.
You should have went with what I said. Kai Kamara for the header for the Hattie.
Header for the Hattie. Hashtag header for the Hattie. If they had relaxed in that game, they surely would have gotten a tie or a loss because Montreal was not giving up. They were pushing it.
Up next, we have Cincinnati versus Vancouver Whitecaps. End score is going to be 1-2 for Vancouver taking that W. Cruz in the first 5 minutes bring one home for Cincinnati, but that's all Cincinnati does all game. In the 41st minute, Huang brings one back for Vancouver to even out the scoreline, but I will say that Cincinnati's Dubois had a pretty great lob shot. Watch it right here, in between my hands.
Over my face, now.
He had a great lob shot attempt from probably about, 30, 35 yards out?
Most definitely.
The keeper was like 7 yards off his line. He sends a lob shot, hits the post, and I'm pretty sure that keeper ran into the post like an idiot. Probably banged his leg, yeah.
Smacked it. It was bad.
So, good on you, Dubois. Keep them on their toes.
Next up, we have New York Red Bulls and Toronto. Score on that was 2-0. New York took that one. 54th minute from Muvinga. Great goal there. And then the 90th minute, Lawrence taps it home. Let's just backtrack, though, to the 21st minute. Remember what I said about refs earlier?
Trash.
We talked last week about Jose Altidore being an absolute baller, how he's freaking amazing, and he did it again. Chip shot. Amazing. On the run.
Minute, yeah.
Can you believe it? What's this? What is this? What's the ref doing? Offside? His foot was on the midfield line, dog. How can you dare take that from him? What is clear and obvious about that? I've seen worse calls have no calls, and you're gonna give an offside when his foot was on the halfway line. Absolute trash.
Next up, we have the Houston Dynamo versus the Chicago Fire. Again, a wash. Chicago Fire pulls with one away with Nikolic for the end score, 0-1. Chicago Fire.
Next, we have RSL versus NYCFC. Final was 3-1. New York getting a little smack in here. 3rd minute, Alexander Ring, edge of the box, bangs it home, big time banger, slams it in, back of the net. How many B's can I say in one sentence? Then we have Savarino tying it up in the 36th minute, 1-1, everything's even. Rusnak, 74th minute, outside the box, banger again, making it 2-1. And then the 87th, Bessler. Can we just
talk about this?
No, don't say a word. Just put it right here. I mean, how do you
Skill.
Do you call it off at that point? Do you just like quit?
I feel like you just
a
tear up your
savage.
contract.
Absolute savage. He demands a raise right after and gets denied. Last one we have here, Orlando City versus FC Dallas. Orlando actually won a game. Can you believe it? It's kind of a rare thing for them. Well, they have 8 this year, but they have 11 losses. So, 13th minute, Akindele, goal. 1-0 lead to Orlando after that one. And then VAR, 83rd minute, obvious handball. What was going on? And it's not given. This is what I mean. Trash. Absolute trash. 91st minute, Esquez shoots it in. Goal. I mean, what else can you do? 2-0 win. And that's it for the MLS. We're going to talk about the Atlanta game. Atlanta versus LA Galaxy. Absolute smacking. MLS record for regular season attendance. All that good stuff. We'll talk about that in our Atlanta United show, which you can find on the channel or the link below. Make sure to follow Instagram, CF Sports. Follow us. We post stuff. We just posted stuff today about setting up the studio, getting in the recording. We'll see you next week. Subscribe, tune in, like it, all that stuff. Peace.